It's the NFL on EA Sports.
In that center stage, it's the Raiders' leader at quarterback. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards.
It's the Raiders and the Titans.
And it's all up next on EA Sports.
Well, here come the Raiders now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
And when we look back at last week's win, Kate, pretty easy to see those 4 touchdowns. A lot more of an impact on the game than the 1 interception he threw. Wasn't quite perfect. I'm sure that pick will nag at him, but you'd welcome an encore of everything else he was doing in that ball game.
Throwing from the gun. That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
To throw it on first down. Complete. It's Myers. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Play action on first down. Throwing this back in the end zone. And he can't hang on to it in the end zone. Not an interception, only an incompletion. So they get it back. Second down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And he gets it across midfield and into Titans territory. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Titans will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
The Raiders and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And as they take the field, Brock, they got to be thankful that interception didn't cost them. Still scoreless here.
I like how you say they. I think the quarterback in particular
Yep.
right, loves a chance to have in golf a breakfast ball or a mulligan. Another opportunity to flush that first drive away.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's Justin Simmons. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Well, that certainly wasn't the end result he was after there, Brock. A big play to start the scoring, but we can definitely say this was not his intention, letting that pass go.
No, a lot of game left, though, and that's a positive. And you know what? He's going to have a chance to totally redeem himself after that one.
The Raiders are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this is the... Getting right back to it after that interception. He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. Woo, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's trying to go deep again. He's got it inside the 25. Give him 32 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. They go play action on first. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders reach pay dirt for the first time this game. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
The Raiders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around.
Let's go now.
This drive will begin with Hubbard. And they had that one contained right at the line. Jack Gibbons in on the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
This is hauled in by Myers. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
To the air now on 1st and 10. He gets this one to Myers. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. He's dropping back to throw. This will be caught by Adams. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from Nissan Stadium coming up after the break. We're back and excited to start this second quarter. You excited? We're excited. Raiders in a nice spot here to put up some points. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Up the middle, Hubbard. And he's able to push this down to the 12. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
3rd down run by Hubbard. And he's brought down for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And his start to the season has been... Pass play on 1st and 10. Caught, nice gain left side. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Dumped off to his running back. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. Hubbard trying this up the gut. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. He gets him 9 on the ground, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. He's going to throw this one. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you like to have some jelly. And that was open.
The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up. First and 10, looking to throw. Caught quickly on the slant. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. And he's up across 200 yards now in this opening half. That's beyond simply a good start for him. This is the type of game where he's been taking the lead on carrying his offense forward however he can. Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. He puts some power on a deep one left. Oh, brother, it's another interception. That's Justin Simmons. And the Titans are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right, just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his third interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. They get 13 on the pickup, and that's good for Raiders first. Pass play now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He has the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Throwing now off play action. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted actually, so 2nd down coming up.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Jack Gibbons in on the tackle.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. And he has stayed productive throughout this game. He's up to the 300-yard mark after that last completion. Really has been a solid showing for him finding his targets. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This one falls incomplete. Wanted to fit that one into Davante Adams. So that brings up 2nd down.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Here he goes on the bootleg. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Davante Adams, the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his numbers being...
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And he's going to go. It's a pick six. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Back to the air, following the pick six. He'll get this one to Adams. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
On the quick slant, it finds Adams. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Vegas first down.
Let's go now.
Setting up a throw. Throwing deep for the end zone. They connect on the deep shot. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders take a third quarter lead. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And after this play, there's a Titan out there who got the worst of it. He's in some discomfort as they head out to check on him. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again, following the set. He's throwing deep to the left side. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. And that completion gets him up to 400 yards in the football game. No, it's a tough mark to reach, but one that every quarterback takes pride in being able to reach, or at least challenge every so often. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. catch made, and he got both feet in. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down from the red zone. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up second down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On second down, it's Hubbard. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
He'll throw it. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take a 3rd quarter lead. And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers. And it's been done less than 50 times in league history. Throwing it to start this drive. This is hauled in by Myers. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 from the 41. They're going play action. This will be caught by Adams. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Out of the shotgun and give to Hubbard. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
To the air now on 1st and 10. He fires one deep down the middle. And it's dropped. That was the play they needed late in this one, but he couldn't hang on.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Here's a give to Hubbard. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
He gets this one to Myers. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL, Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
Come out throwing. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. They'll throw it. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And things look tougher now with third and long. Looking to throw. He's trying another one deep. And he's there to send that one away. Incomplete. Winds up a win for the Titans. And it could have gone either way down to the very end, but they were able to come up with the clutch plays to take the victory.
It's week 9 of the NFL. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' leader at quarterback. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort.
It's the Raiders and the Chiefs, and it's come.
So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the number 1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays. And there's an example of that right there.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory right at the 40. Back to throw here. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's going to get this down near the 25. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jacoby Myers, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Raiders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams.
Raiders offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And as we transition into the second half of the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a consistent basis. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. Taken down at the 42. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Myers. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively, they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd
Absolutely.
make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Myers. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying bring him behind the line. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. A give up the middle, Hubbard. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total. As you take a look. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st.
All right, say it with me now. But a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep.
Wiley. Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Very quick throw. He's got Myers. And he slips it past the 45 before being tackled. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw again. It's Myers again with another catch. And he's brought down. Right back to him for 10 more and a 1st. The Raiders at 4-3, a game over 500. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
27 yards there, a 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And bulldozing his way through. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll look to throw. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. Chris Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Open man, it's Mayer in the end zone for the Raiders touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Raiders are able to stretch out their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go.
He threw his league-best 35th touchdown pass of the year on that last drive. And they'll start here on 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, complete. It's Myers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
On the give, this is Hubbard. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Over the middle and complete to Shaheed.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Back to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
They'll get the tight end Bowers involved there.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
He has really thrown the ball well here in this first half. You see the numbers, up over 200 passing yards already. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams, an 11-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass on the last drive. His third.
They'll set up a throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Over the middle, he's got Myers.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That'll put him
close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down. They'll set up to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he whips that one incomplete there. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Back to throw again.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover at the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's caught by Myers. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They're going to look to throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They were losers a week ago to Tennessee, but they're on top right now as they come up here first. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man is Myers. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Myers. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game. So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 35. A game there of 30 big ones.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. On the handoff, it's Hubbard.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Back to throw now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Myers. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Devontae Adams with career touchdown number 156. That ties him with Terrell Owens for 5th all-time. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling it.
And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on a 2-point try.
But they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He has been on his A game. We're in the third quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Back to throw now in his own end zone.
Very quick throw. He's got Myers.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20.
55 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
This offense number 1 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and the run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now a run with Hubbard.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence chance that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Myers.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So he stays up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
It's 4th down.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, complete. That's Myers. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The numbers there tell the story. That last completion going to move him up over 400 yards passing now for the game. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it.
Now the red challenge flag makes an appearance as Andy Reid wants a second opinion. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. Here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
He's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 72 yards on the ground for Hubbard as that last run a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Myers. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
He'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
They'll run with Hubbard.
Broken tackle. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Now that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that can...
Now the Vegas offense heading back out there.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
First carry of the game for Zamir White.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On the handoff, it's Lauby. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.